Hi Aries, this is Yunjo from Truth Exchange Tarot, and I'm here to do your team reading. First, I want to say thank you to all the people who liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. So let's get started with your reading. So your overall message for team is impartiality. And let's see what that means. I'm going to shuffle with an oracle deck here. Oops. I'm trying to find the question here. I'm going to read the question and the whole little blurb. Oops, here. So it says, take an impartial look at your situation. The action here is to listen and observe. If I step back from the present situation, what do I see? Can I be neutral? Right. So, and then your clarifying cards are protection and intuition. And so for some of the first messages I got with these cards is that it is going to be really crucial for you to to distance yourself from the situations that are happening that you feel like you need to push them forward. And part of that is because if you get too involved in the situation, your intuition is going to be muddled. You're not going to be able to really discern as well as you can if you're taking things from a step back. And I mean, that's basically what it says. Protect your intuition. Protect your intuition in the sense of having actually a clear vision for how to move forward. And the only way to do that during this time period is to just step back and not take things personally, because it's not about you in the sense of it's not about people's reactions, people's baggage, people's comments, whatever. It's not about you. It's about their own shit they're dealing with. And if you try to get involved with it, to change them, to nurture them, whatever, your intuition, knowing this is a situation you need to leave, is going to be muddled. So yeah. All right, so for the love reading here, for the singles, we have the Queen of Swords and the Three of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Swords, okay, so the Queen of Swords and Three of Wands. I think the Queen of Swords really embodies the energy of impartiality. Because the Queen of Swords is someone who looks at things from a very concrete, clear way, and does not like to think about things. Likes to think about things in an objective manner, and also uses the past to inform. The Queen uses the past to inform her decisions. So I think this is the energy that you're being asked to embody as a single person this month, because with the Three of Wands in reverse here, it's just saying that things are not moving as fast as you want them to be. It's probably why you're trying to get involved, and you're just kind of waiting for things to shift, for movement to happen, for this connection to come to fruition. But it's happening. It almost feels like you're like, okay, so I made a decision to be open to this person, or I made a decision to be connected to these people, so you're waiting. Pull some cards here. Ooh, Two of Cups. That's why you're waiting, because there's a deeper connection that's asking you, that there's a deeper connection that's possible once you kind of take this impartial look, once you kind of slow things down, let things unfold, let things kind of just happen without you investing too much into it. Because also it's just if you're investing into it, you're probably investing into it in a way that there is a certain outcome that you want. And if you're investing into it in that way and that outcome doesn't happen, then you're not going to be able to see this connection. You're not going to be able to fully feel this connection happening. Okay. Swords. The King and Queen are here! Yeah, the King and Queen are here. So basically what that says to me is that there's a connection that could happen with someone who's on your level, who's willing to envision a movement forward, is not. You can see here the little story here. The Queen is taking on the bird, and the King here is taking care of the little birds. It's kind of, but also like it's sort of directing things. It's like once everything is settled, once you kind of both do your internal work, because what I'm getting, once you both do your internal work, whoever you're connected to, whatever friendships that you want to have, because it's really important to have friendships with people who are able to be on your level as well. Once you have people in your life who are on your level, things are going to be able to move forward. You're going to have a vision forward for how you want to be in relation to other people. I got another message here. Yeah, this person, these people are going to come into fruition once you kind of just take a moment to step back. All right, so for the couples here, you have the Emperor and the Devil. The Emperor and the Devil. So the Emperor is definitely your energy, Aries. That's very Aryan Aries. Like that card represents Aries in the major arcana. And with the Devil here as well, it's kind of the shadow side of Aries. So the shadow side of y'all's sign is just kind of impulsive, kind of controlling, self-centered, really obsessive and bossy and pushy. It's a shadow side. And with the Devil here, I feel like it's just emphasizing kind of this need to want to be in control, but really what you're trying to control is not controllable. Because with the Devil, it's about this, the Devil usually has to do with having chains around you that are removable, but you don't realize that they're removable. And part of that with the Emperor is trying to, there's a dynamic in y'all's relationship where control is present, and kind of the most negative way of how control can be. But it's not reversed, so I think it's out of a place of wanting to have stability, this trying to control situations, but it's happening in the most shadow way possible. Let's get some more information here. Okay, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So part of this scenario, this dynamic among couples, people who are in committed relationships, past residual shit, part of it is kind of related to pattern and habit of investing in things that do not provide equity. So you're just investing in something that with someone who's not willing to be committed. Or if they are willing to be committed, their commitment is something where one person needs to have control, to the detriment. You see here with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles usually has to do with self-care. To me, it has to do with someone who is self-sufficient, has a sense of stability, but since it's reversed, this pattern and habit of kind of denying self-care within relationship is kind of highlighting this. That's just kind of what the chain is. That you feel like you can't. You or your partner feel like, or partners, y'all feel like you can't express what you need, and that's making it feel the relationship uneven in the sense of one person investing more, one person's more committed. But part of that is the illusion of what the Devil is the illusion of feeling like that you're restrained somehow. Let's get some more information. You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. So yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is just re-emphasizing this sort of self-sufficiency and kind of the fallacy that comes with being in a relationship, that in order to, that once you're with somebody, they're going to be taking care of all your needs, and they're kind of just going to read your mind. And part of that could be the controlling aspect. It's like, well, you should have known. You should have just understood, but it's just no, you gotta open your mouth. You gotta open your mouth. You gotta just I think part of it is just especially with the impartiality card here, part of it is just you gotta, part of being confident about what your needs are is being detached from what the other person's response will be. So regardless of what somebody's response is, you're gonna be well, I still think it's a good need. I still think it's important. I still feel like I need to be supported in this way, and that person doesn't. That's on them, not on me. And I think that's a lot of what's going on in this situation. It's trying to build the confidence, trying to release the kind of obsessive thoughts or restraining thoughts that this other person should just take care of you, or the other person feels like they should need to be taken care of. Okay, wow. Emotional instability as a result. It's kind of dynamic. Anyway, let's get to, I know it just wants me to tell more stories. All right, let's go to the work, passion, and community. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, or Eight of Wands in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles here. So it's just like there's a lack of communication, and there's definitely a stalemate here with the Hangman in reverse and the Eight of Wands. And maybe you're just waiting for an opportunity to present itself. Maybe an opportunity has presented itself, but you haven't made the decision around it. So I'm getting two things with that. Because with the Four of Pentacles here, I was getting two different messages with it. Like, part of it is like kind of almost a fear of moving to stability in a certain way. Or like fear, maybe it's a fear of commitment. Part of it is fear of commitment. And then part of it is a fear of taking a risk. What I'm getting with this. Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Wands in reverse. Lack in communication. Maybe there's an opportunity that you applied for, or a project you want to get off the ground, but it just feels like it's being delayed. And part of the delay is that there's a different tactic or approach that needs to be happening. Like I said with the impartiality card. Let's see here. Yeah. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, and that just basically says wait. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to like use this time to reflect. I mean, that's just, you know, you're gonna use this time to reflect on the situation, so you're able to better discern whether or not this opportunity is for you, whether these people are worthy of connecting to you. And with the Five of Cups here, it's just for telling you not, especially with the Hangman, it's telling you not to focus on the negative, not to focus on the spilled cups, because then you're not gonna be able to see the opportunities that are presenting itself, the opportunity of connection presenting itself. As well. Yeah. Seven of Wands in reverse. I think that's just saying like, that was saying what I was saying earlier. There's like a component to it that I'm getting of like needing to be vulnerable, which is really interesting to have in like a work, passion, and community aspect. I mean, not for community, but kind of for community. But there's an aspect to it where it's just like, almost like you're just trying to hold on to a certain way of being stable, that when another form of stability presents itself, you're kind of fear of taking the risk. So you're trying to you're being a little bit defensive. Yeah, and you're not making a decision that could really change the way that you look at how you want to be involved in your passions, how you want to be involved in the community, how you want your career or future to happen. Like, it's this decision, this next chapter is possible. Once you kind of allow yourself to be vulnerable to the possibility of failure is what I'm getting. One more? Oh God, y'all. Once you get the self-control, once you get your shit together, you'll be able to move forward on this path. You'll be able to have the motivation to go forward once you kind of mess up. Yeah, sort out this messy stuff. All right, so let's do spirituality and higher purpose. Now I'm kind of saying like additional messages that the universe wants you to hear. So you have the Emperor again, the Maison Dieu, the Tower, and the Pendu, Hangman once again. So your challenge, again, it's coming up, is dealing with needing to control situations, needing to control outcome, trying to have stability in a way that is not really for you. You know, like I said, take several steps back. That's what you need to do. Because what you need to know with the Hangman, with the Tower here is that, I'm like screaming. What you need to know is that things are going to be shaken up. Because if you're trying to build on a foundation that is not for you, trying to control situations, everything is going to come crumbling down. It's going to shake you. It's going to be like, no, I told you not to hold on to that. The universe is going to push it away. It was never existed. I'm so dramatic. Because with the Hangman here, it's saying it's happening because you need a different perspective about the situations that are happening in your life. And this wait time, this impartiality, you know, this intuition is going to come about from that period of waiting, from that period of getting clarity. Y'all have a lot of cards this week. I don't know. Spirit is like, ugh. Yeah. With the Lovers here, you're gonna be, this clarity is gonna be required for you to be able to make a decision. And this is a big decision, whether it's about love, about moving, about careers, about children. Like, this is an either or decision that's going to be made. And it's like universe, the spirit, whoever you believe in is guiding you. But you're going to have to take the time to be able to be in the place to be receptive to the messages, so you're able to decide what makes sense. All right, so your overall advice is emotions move through cycles and connect me. And this card is also connected to the word breathe, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm talking about cycles. Yeah, it's talking about cycles and feeling all the feelings. Because impartiality does not mean do not feel. It does not mean be heartless, be emotionless, cold, be unimpacted. It means be impartial. It means to distance yourself. Have your reactions from a distance. Have your feelings from a distance. From a distance. Because once the next cycle comes in, you have already moved through all those emotions. So you'll be able to decide how this thing that came back into your life that you've dealt with in the past, you're going to be able to decide how to deal with it. Whether that's an ex, whether that's a habit or a pattern, whether that's a mindset, whether that's trauma, PTSD, whatever, you're going to be able to have a better way of dealing with it in a way that's more aligned with how you want to move forward with it. Yeah. So that's your reading. If this resonates, you want to know more information about this month or anything about your life that you feel unclear about or uncertain or just want some more guidance, hit me up for a personal reading. Go to my website, truthexchange.tumblr.com. And then also I have full moon and new moon readings that I do every month on Instagram. Plus I have cute pictures of me on there too. And also on the website, the full moon and new moon readings. Anyways, so thanks for watching. Blessings.